Hello friend, and welcome to the Slowest Sim Driving channel on YouTube. I'm Grandpa Goes Gaming, and today we're doing some Group 4 hatchback racing. We've got Super Squid on pole alongside Batty in second for 5 laps of the Nurburgring GP circuit. The Mazda expected to be the car to beat here today, and Super Squid gets off the line well, blocks off Batty, takes the inside for the hairpin, sorry. Super Squid gets through there, but Batty comes back at him. He's going for the lead. Can Batty hold it around the outside? Super Squid hugging the apex. Great start for these two. They're clearly going to put on a show for us. And Super Squid cementing his lead behind him. Dr. Pepsi in the Swift, doing his best to keep up in what's expected to be not the fastest car on the grid. And there's Tweetman alongside him, also in the Swift. The two Mazdas at the front just scampering away. We've got Chim Chaser there, also in a Mazda. We've got Chris Char and McFlurry battling away in the VWs. Then Kevman in the Audi, and me in the back with the Mazda that's destined to lose. But look at those lovely new decals provided by Kevman. Decals which are much cleaner than his racing. Back to the front, Super Squid. Well, he's making it look easy already, but can he make it look easy for 5 laps is the question. Batty not letting him get away. These two drivers putting plenty of daylight between themselves and third place Tweetman. The rest of the field all bunching up together. Tweetman, Batty, Super Squid at the front. Well, not a lot happening in the battle for the lead, unfortunately. So we'll take a look at the midfield. Chim Chaser there just ahead of Chris Char. Chris Char's got McFlurry for company still. Those two I think might be bumping panels for some time. We come to the chicane. This is where everything's going to go wrong for somebody, surely. Kevman and McFlurry both taking very interesting lines. And who's that off? Is that McFlurry off? So McFlurry there, not quite working out for him. I think he just braked too late for the chicane, bounced over the curb and put himself on to the grass. Dr. Pepsi, who was in third at one point, now down to 8th. He's having a torrid race. Kevman just bashing his way into the side of my car for no good reason whatsoever, other than the fact he's in VR and probably didn't even see me there. Well, it's a big mess at the back of the field. I could commentate on it and tell you who's in what position, but I think position is going to change so much. Kevman once again bashes into the side of my car. What's your issue, Kevman? Is my car too shiny? Is it blinding you in the sunlight? Well, don't worry about it. This is Racing Rivals. After all, we don't mind trading a little bit of paint. Here's a bit back for you. So, back up the inside of Kevman. Chris Chow, the penalty up ahead. Yes, amazingly, penalties are being given out as well. Oh, Kevman, a bit of a jink there. Just stopped me in my tracks. McFlurry trying to go up the inside. Pushes Kevman, pushes me, and then Dr. Pepsi pushes all of us. Kevman comes off worse, and Dr. Pepsi's actually going to wait for Kevman. Clearly feeling he was at fault. Kevman just shoves him off the track and says, "That was on you, mate." Up here we've got Chris Chow about to serve his penalty. Oh, a move there on McFlurry by myself. So don't see it very often, but grandpas can overtake when they put their minds to it. It's true. How far down the road is Chris Char going to fall? Will he be last? It's only a small penalty. Can Kevman catch up to him? Not quite. Or is he going to go for a move around the outside? Oh, Kevman made that look easy. Back into the chicane. McFlurry once again gets it all wrong. Goes off to check out the grass. He enjoyed it so much the first time he had to go back for more. Tweetman now a long way adrift from the leaders. And the leaders themselves not particularly close enough for a battle, but Super Squid the 1 second penalty. And that's going to put Batty right on him, surely. But the penalty zone is a long way back. We've got somebody off in the background. I think that was Chris Char. Oh, can we find him? Where is he? There he is. Chris Char right down there in 9th place. Bashing the cone out of the way in annoyance. Well, Chris Char, if you're going to have a police livery, these sorts of things are going to happen to you. McFlurry all over the back of Dr. Pepsi, trying to go around the outside. He's going to see if he can get that chicane right this time. And that move is on, is it? It is. That's done. McFlurry through into 7th. Battle here between myself and Kevman. We've seen how well these battles have gone so far this race. And Kevman coming off best this time around. And it looks like an attack about to be mounted by McFlurry as well into the braking zone. And that lets everybody through. Oh dear, oh dear. Never mind, we'll have to just get some overtaking done. That is a big pack. That's a really big pack of cars. And Chris Char having a look at 7th, not quite able to do it. Can we get Kevman? Can we take some revenge? Side by side. But that chicane. Oh, no, it's not a chicane. Sorry, it's the sharp left. Not the best part of the track for me. Trying to go in there very gently so as not to murder anybody. Speaking of murder, this is a big pack of cars towards the chicane, and Kevman has gone way offline. He may have had a nudge. I think the replay showed that he may have been nudged by my car, but the stewards didn't care. Back up at the front, Super Squid has served his penalty, and that's put Batty on him. So once again we have a race for the lead with just 2 laps to go. Super Squid's going to be ruining the whatever it was he did. There's not a lot you can do to get a penalty actually with the settings of this race. So Super Squid must have done something very, very naughty indeed. And now Batty is, well, he's all over him, look. Super Squid's really going to have his work cut out for him. Batty is going to be putting his foot to the floor to try and get past his fellow amigo. This could be a chance here. We're going to run down to the hairpin. Batty, if he can get close enough, can send it up the inside, but he can't get close enough. Once again, Super Squid able to just eke a little bit more speed out of that Mazda. Push himself forward a little bit, make some daylight. What can Batty possibly do other than hope Super Squid decides to cheat once again and get himself another penalty? Well, I suppose cheating's a bit harsh, but well, it's all in good fun. So through the chicane we go for the penultimate time. Super Squid taking a very, very generous line, shall we say, through that chicane as he comes to start his final lap. Batty right behind him. Tweetman still all alone in the Swift. No friends to play with whatsoever, but McFlurry is coming. He's managed to find out a special technique which allows you to go through the chicane without going over the grass as well. And then we've got the entire rest of the field all together in one place. And, well, that's anybody's game, isn't it? We're not going to know who's going to finish where until the fat lady sings, "Oh, that's a bump from behind." And absolute carnage has occurred. Who came out of that worst? I think it was Kevman. Dr. Pepsi, I think, was the culprit there. He's certainly got a fair bit of paint missing. Kevman down in 8th, and Chris Char. Oh dear, Chris Char's a long way back. He was the big victim from that. But let's join Super Squid on his victory lap. Where is he finding this speed from? Can anybody compete with Super Squid's Mazda in these races? Because he's just looking like he's in a league of his own at the moment. Batty doing everything he can to try and hang on, but you can see he's just falling back. Kevman, by the way, the fastest man on the track at the moment, so he's looking to get himself some places made up. Where is Kevman? He's back here somewhere. Oh, he's a long way down the order in 6th. Dr. Pepsi there with a penalty. Chimp Chaser, we haven't talked much about him, but he's in 5th. Just trying to survive the midfield pack. And sometimes that is all you can do, just try to survive. Kevman's going to have a look at him. No, he's not. Perhaps up to the chicane, where we know Kevman has some very creative lines. Let's see if we can follow him through the chicane. Oh, Dr. Pepsi out onto the gravel, manages to keep the car in a straight line. Chimp Chaser and McFlurry both going defensive. Kevman just looking for a way through, any way through he can get. Oh, that was pretty clean, Kevman. You must know I'm watching you. But Super Squid has just crossed the line in first. Batty brings it home second. Tweetman a very lonely third place. And there's the mad dash for the line. Oh, Tweetman there with a bit of a handbrake turn on the line. McFlurry crashes into him in fourth, and fifth is Chimp Chaser, sixth Kevman, seventh myself, eighth Dr Pepsi, and Chris Char dejected in ninth place. Well done, Super Squid. For race 2 we move on to the Red Bull Ring for 6 laps. Super Squid starting on pole once again alongside Batty. Chris Char starting third. Hopefully he'll be able to get away from the midfield this time and show us his pace. We've got a move there around the outside of Chris Char, that's me, but unable to actually get past him. So Tweetman once again third, Batty once again second, Super Squid once again first. We've got AGRT Southern who's joined us for this race. At the back he'll be horrified by the driving standards. Super Squid making it cleanly through there along with Batty, and Tweetman managed to stay up with Batty this time for now. And then it's Chris Char leading the midfield pack, and well, you've seen what the midfield pack is like. It's brutal. There's not a lot of space for doing actual racing. Chris Char alongside myself, and then he manages to do that. Just watching the background there, Southern seemed to go very wide. He was in a decent position, but he went out too wide, lost those positions. Kevman, the VR driver, like myself, doing everything he can to work out where people are around him. Dr Pepsi's there, look out. This is a big pack of cars, and I'd hate to try and work out where any of them are going to finish, because at this point there's so many positions changing. McFlurry there in his V-dub. Going to try and get underneath myself, which I think he manages. He does indeed. He's going to try and hunt down Chimp Chaser, who I think has been chasing a lot of chimps because he seems to be pretty quick here. I'm pretty sure there's some battling going on up ahead. Yes, indeed, Tweetman on Batty. So Tweetman, I was going to say he's making the Swift work, but he's got a penalty there for a cut. That's going to hamper him and hinder him, and perhaps allow Chris Char to get up, maybe even past him if he's close enough. So even the top 3 this time, not set in stone. Chris Char more able to compete now that he's out of that big pack. Speaking of the pack, McFlurry very wide. Did he survive? Oh, he's off. Oh, so McFlurry slowed down by the gravel. We're frustrated by that. Don't worry, McFlurry, you've still got 4.5 laps to get back and win the race. Southern in 9th. We've got Kevman battling with Dr Pepsi. Dr Pepsi just got a penalty, presumably for a cut, so half a second's not going to slow him down too much. At this stage of the race he can still come back from that. Might even give some clear air. Kevman, oh, on the attack, really on the attack, bashing Dr Pepsi out of the way. Now he's going to have a slipstream to attack the Grandpa Mobile. Is he going to get us into turn 1? I think it's looking very likely. No. Dr Pepsi there stepped out the slipstream, and I think Kevin was a little bit defensive just to cover him off. So that protected myself for the moment. We've got Chimp Chaser leading the best of the rest, but he's got a penalty. And then up in 4th, Chris Char having a look at Tweetman, trying to get the last of that podium spots, seeing if he can make it an Amigo 1, 2, 3. But we know on this channel Tweetman is no pushover. He's a very difficult driver to pass and stay ahead of. It just seems like the Suzuki Swift not quite able to compete with these bigger cars. Got a tyre squeal at the back there, but I think everyone's still on track. So we're about to get some penalties. Let's see how this changes the order. Chimp Chaser loses a little speed. I think he's going to be passed by Kevman. No, he's not. So Chimp Chaser stays ahead of Kevman and goes out very wide there. Manages to bring it back without too much harm. And up ahead, well, Chris Char's just slipped past Tweetman. So Chris Char up into 3rd place. We'll be pleased about that, no doubt. I'm sure he'll want first or second, but right now Super Squid and Batty just dominating this field. Tweetman isn't letting Chris Char go. Getting closer and closer, and look, Chimp Chaser as well, catching up behind. Tweetman dives to the inside. Oh, he gets up on that curb, and that upsets his car. So Tweetman once again forced to sit behind Chris Char, but also going to defend now from Chimp Chaser. Chimp Chaser going to the outside. They'll try and take that wide line. Tweetman covers him off, puts him slightly out of position. Oh yeah, and Tweetman off onto the gravel. So Chimp Chaser now up into 4th position. Can he chase down Chris Char? Because Chimp Chaser, well, if you've watched any videos recently, you'll know he's a bit of a charger. But Tweetman having a look, trying to get that 4th place back. So competitive between 3rd, 4th and 5th right now. Chimp Chaser goes to make a move on Chris Char up the inside. Can't do it. Chris Char just holds his line, keeps his foot in. That a little bit wide, but I think he can get away with that. Chimp Chaser forced there back into 4th place. Chris Char trying to keep his eye on the first 2 cars, but Super Squid and Batty have pulled away once again. They do what they do. It's me in the background there, taking the Suzuki of Dr. Pepsi. And once again, Chimp Chaser having a go at 3rd place, trying to go round the outside of Chris Char. It's doable there. Oh, bit of paint trading. It's all good though. Chris Char takes that tighter line. Got a couple of cars out wide, a few cars out wide actually. Chimp Chaser seems to have made it stick at the head of this pack. Chimp Chaser in 3rd place now. But Chris Char still looks like he's going to try and make a move. Oh, he's got to defend from Tweetman though. Tweetman's got company as well. He's got McFlurry for company. Oh, Chris Char with a sneaky little move there. Jumps up into 3rd place. Tweetman takes Chimp Chaser as well. Oh, it's all kicking off. And where's this race gone? There's only going to be one more lap after this one. Southern with a penalty. I think he's in a part of the pack there where it's really going to hurt him. There's so many cars so close behind him. Tweetman wants that podium position back, and he's going to go for it. Come on to the straight for the penultimate time. Tweetman looking for a slipstream on Chris Char. See if he can get him into that first corner. I think he's way too far back. Chris Char just got too much of a good exit from that last corner. Chimp Chaser staying with the pair of them, probably hoping they're going to take each other off. And this is another great overtaking spot here, but what can Tweetman do? He's got to defend from Chimp Chaser, or he's going to lose that place as well, and he has lost that place. So there we go. Tweetman once again down into 5th. Chimp Chaser once again showing his mettle, as it were. The two of them side by side. What a great shot. This is of course allowing Chris Char to get away. That'll be exactly what he wants. Chimp Chaser covers off that apex. And that is, well, so much happening. Chimp Chaser up into 4th. Can Chimp Chaser take that last place on the podium? Have a go, but I just feel like Chris Char now has got himself in a position where he's got enough daylight between himself and 4th place. Oh well, that's a moot point now, because Chimp Chaser went very, very wide there and got a penalty. So that's unfortunate for him. Super Squid takes the checkered flag at Red Bull Ring, a long way ahead of Batty. So Super Squid really done the business here. Chris Char bringing it home in 3rd position. Then Tweetman, Chimp Chaser, McFlurry. Oh, McFlurry got a penalty, so Southern got 7th. Myself in 8th, McFlurry and Kevman at the rear. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the racing. It was great fun to do. Hope you join us again in the future when we've got more racing action, including more racing from the Group 4 hatchbacks. Until then, bye bye for now.